today. From Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Now the rookie, and right away, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
To put it mildly, that is not the way anyone wants to start off the game. You fumble on your first offensive snap. But now what you're worried about is, does that linger throughout the game for your guys on offense? And how's the defense going to handle it? Because no one expects to run out on the field on the first play and have to all of a sudden start to play themselves.
Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now here's the option play going left. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Read option, here's Montgomery. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Justin Fields, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. That time a 6-play drive. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. One carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball, got a full game ahead of him, hand it to him again, see if they can start to produce.
First down, Mills. He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 18 carries, 60 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. Mills on 3rd and 2. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Handoff right side to Pierce. Jalen Johnson up to make the tackle. The big story all week, Texans coach Lovie Smith making his return to Chicago. Lovie, of course, the coach of the Bears from 2004 to 2012, and he was at the helm when the Bears won that NFC title in 2006. Wound up 81-63 during his tenure here in the Windy City. Then he would have that pit stop down in Tampa and then come back to the state of Illinois as a head coach of the Fighting Illini in the Big Ten before returning to the National Football League.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On 1st down, Fields. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. For the Bears at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Fields throw there, hauled in by Claypool. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync.
and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Fields. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
Following the fumble recovery, Mills finds his man. It's John Mechie. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Mills to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Fields. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have the Bears first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Fields. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession, as they've got it second down and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Fields, completion here to Claypool. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Out of the gun, Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 20-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Running left, Montgomery. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on third down conversions. They need a yard here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Kari Blasingame. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are able to extend their lead. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show-you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Now the point after try for Santos. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Mills. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Another carry for Pierce. Down to about the 45. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Forced out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. John Simon that time coming through to make the play.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27.
To throw is Fields. Throws the out route and finds Claypool.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Now Fields.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
A first down throw for Mills.
And Brate, the tight end's got it. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Pierce now up the middle. Finding room at midfield.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Mills hit, and he loses the ball.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. From the 35 on 2nd down.
Fields.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here's Fields. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he will have the Bears first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
Fields on first down.
This will be caught by Brown.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
To the air again, Fields.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Here's Fields. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Fields. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Chase Claypool
from 4 yards out.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And it was finished off by the Chase Claypool touchdown catch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Mills throw here into the hands of Moore.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Mills on first down. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Mills again. Caught left side by Mechie.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Here's Mills. That's underneath to Pierce. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We start with a good one in the AFC. Kansas City on the road to take on Indy. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. From there, we'll head to Cleveland to check on the Browns at home at First Energy Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Nick Chubb, what a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And at this point, they trail the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And from the end zone, here comes Herbert. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And the Texans scoop it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Mills underneath. He's got Brate. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Give left side for Pierce. They'll get it inside the 20.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Looking to throw is Mills.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
To Pierce, they set up the screen. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Texans touchdown.
Dameon Pierce, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 21-17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Now a first down throw, Fields.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
A shotgun snap, Fields. Open man, completes it to Claypool.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Fields being chased out left. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 14 yards.
And the Bears' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Houston set to take over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 31,
Mills. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The end result, 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Fields to commit there for a Chicago first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Kari Blasingame with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears take a 3-touchdown lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
And the Texans set to come onto the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Mills now.
Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Mills.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Mills to the air again. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing, because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36.
Throwing, Mills.
Underneath, he's got Brate. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain.
Mills throw completed to Mechie.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 16. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Repeat of the last play, going to Mechie here. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Texans are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Well, they weren't messing around. First and goal, they don't do anything fancy. They just go to the fullback right away.
I like how you phrase that because oftentimes they come back to the fullback when it's late in the down and distance count, right? In this case, first down, let's go get it right now.
And he got it, 6 points on the board.
And now Lovie Smith sends the call out. They're going to go for 2 here. Mills going to throw for it.
And he's brought down. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 27, Fields firing quickly here, and that's complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The offense on 3rd down, can't fault these numbers. 7 for 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Now it's Fields.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Malik Collins gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
After the sack on 1st down.
Fields, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
They'll Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal.
This to make it a 3-score game late. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. And now out comes Houston.
Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settle in now 1st and 10.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, they didn't fall behind any further thanks to that missed field goal, but still staring at this 4th quarter deficit.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Mills now looks to throw on 1st down.
And he finds Howard complete.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Mills underneath, he's got Brait. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun, Mills.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Cooks on the quick slant.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll run here with Pierce.
They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Mills to throw it.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
Tegan Quattoriano.
His first NFL reception goes for 6.
And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. And the Notre Dame man, Chase Claypool, in this offense, ready for their upcoming possession.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Oh, a strip, the ball comes out.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Fields. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Fields now to throw.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
So here is Mills and the Texans.
Down by 7, 2:11 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10.
First down, Mills. This ball caught by Mechie.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
Now Mills.
And Boyd has it over the middle.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Mills going to try and hurry the offense here up to the line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Mills looking to throw it.
He gets it to Cooks.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mills back to throw.
Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
Here's Mills.
He's going to find his receiver, Chris Moore. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth.
Now Mills.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Dancing to his, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Mills, 4th down, gotta have it.
And that is incomplete. The win for the Bears just around the corner. They go down to a knee.
Just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done. A narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Chicago, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants.